guys, Brett here, connecting from UbiCentral, and yesterday Watch Dogs did a Q&A on Twitter with senior producer Dominic Gay. To be perfectly honest, we didn't learn a bunch of new stuff, but there is some things that I thought were worth pointing out. Also, Ubisoft board member Recality put together the entire Q&A in a very simple and easy to read post, so I'll put a link to that in the description down below. With that said, let's get started. So a Twitter user asked how in-depth is customization and the clothing options. Dominic then responded saying there's 500 or 600 kinds of clothing you can buy in the game. There's also several styles like urban, suit and tie, beach bum, and so on. Now, I don't believe we ever got an estimate of how many different clothing options are in the game, and honestly, I did not expect over 500. That's just insane. And I'm really glad that Ubisoft has added so much customization, as that's a really big part of any open world game. Moving on though, Cosmo Cot, hopefully I pronounced that right, basically asked when will Watch Dogs 2 be set. Dominic stated that it takes place a few years after the first game, roughly the same time between the release of the two games. If you played the first game, you'll meet familiar factions and possibly characters as well. Okay, wow. So as far as the year goes, a lot of people did speculate that it basically coincides with real life, so it is nice to get that confirmed. With that said, I really hate how he's teasing us with the familiar factions and characters, but obviously they're not going to spoil if Aiden's in the game or another character like Jordy Chin, so I can't complain too much. Next up, Watch Dogs Network YT asked how much of the game can we play once it's finished. According to Dominic, there is way more quests than you need to do in order to beat the game. You can then play/replay co-op missions that change every time, as well as the multiplayer modes. Online is a big part of replayability, so that's co-op missions, invasions, and bounty hunts. There's also a season system, so the more you play multiplayer, the more you can get rewards like customization items. Finally, they plan to support the game post-launch. So that's definitely interesting. I really hope we can add the ability to replay story missions though, especially because there's a lot of different ways to tackle a mission. As far as the co-op missions go, I talked about this recently, but I'm so glad that they change every single time, so it's not going to be repetitive, which is obviously good. And last but not least, supporting Watch Dogs 2 post-launch is a major thing because that's what will keep players coming back for more content. Another user with a name I can't pronounce asked, will random world activities such as potential crimes be returning? Dominic responded saying crime hunt events will not be returning since Marcus isn't the vigilante that Aiden was, and then he went on to state, there will be DedSec events that fit in the game, like Bloom setting up spying hardware that you can intervene with if you feel like it. To be perfectly honest, I understand why potential crimes won't be returning because there's no reputation system, although it would still be nice just to have the option. With that said though, I'm glad that there will be other events that they're looking into. Continuing on, Adam Wilson 97, I don't even know anymore. They asked, does Watch Dogs 2 have any Easter eggs to Driver San Francisco? The answer is there is an app called Driver San Francisco, and it's a ride-sharing app that you can use to offer rides to various people in the Bay, which will allow you to meet crazy characters in the game. So basically, we finally got confirmation that Driver San Francisco is Uber. And last but not least, Recality asked, will we be seeing any mini-games returning from Watch Dogs or any new ones? Dominic responded saying mini-games from the first game will not be returning, although they are focusing on making mini-games that fit into the worlds, one example being drone races. So yeah, I talked about this previously as well, but I am pretty sad Digital Trips or Cash Run won't be returning. I'm just hoping that the new mini-games are fun and if not better than the first game. Anyways, that brings us to the end of the video. I did skip over some questions, so again, if you'd like to check out the entire Q&A, there is a link in the description down below. Also, I am giving away a limited edition Watch Dogs 2 poster on Twitter, so if you're interested in that, I will also put that in the description. Keep in mind, I will be giving away more of these posters right here on the channel, so stay tuned for my 75K video, and I'll be talking about that. With that said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. To stay up to date on everything Watch Dogs related, make sure to subscribe right here on UbiCentral.
Holy fuck, this is awesome.
You can poop your pants later, man. Because we are just getting started.